And we're live. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Thank you for coming over to the DFS 5-pack. If you can do me a big favor and pound that like button, it would be much appreciated. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful Saturday night. We're moving on to Sunday now, and we're going to talk over today's NBA DFS slate. We're going to roll through this one solo, so it should be pretty quick today. And then you guys can get on with the rest of your Sunday, whatever that entails. All right, guys. So we mentioned this yesterday. We're back. We took a 1-week ban on YouTube. Don't ask me for the details on it, but the backup channel is listed below. If you're not subbed to that one, I would recommend doing so because that's where you will find us occasionally. Just easier to have it on your sub channel. And we'll also do a little sports betting talk over there as well. Today's show is brought to you by our good friends at Drafters. If you guys aren't playing on Drafters yet, it's a blast. There's a link to the Facebook group down there. Ask to join. Play with us. We have a fun over here playing with our customers every single day. It's just a good time. And you got to love the late swap. Even yesterday with the late Curry news, I got a win. I played a heads-up battle with somebody. Got the win even though I drafted Curry because they late swapped in LaMelo Ball for me on this one. So it's just a great option to have, especially in the modern NBA. And as far as our current 5-pack promotions that are rolling right now, here are the top 5 reasons. One, besides kind of running hot lately, here are the top 5 reasons to get a monthly membership. Number 1, lock in the $30 price for as long as you want it. We are going to be raising monthly prices today, this week, but if you are locked into that price point, you can have it for as long as you're a customer. Hell, in 3 years, if you're still here, it's still yours. Number 2, monthly customers are now on Discord. We've been adding this slowly and steadily over the last couple of weeks. Sent out emails to all of our monthly customers yesterday to get them up and running on Discord, which is our better way for communication now. Number 3, get a $20 rebate on month 1. Buy a monthly membership today, get $20 back, meaning your first month is only $10. Number 4, be ready in a month from now when we got 2 sports rolling. That's right, monthly customers get both baseball and basketball when we start doing that next month. And number 5, every day we got members-only videos for you guys to watch. Day passes are up. Subscribe to the station if you are new to it. Let's talk about my cash game block for the day. It's going to be a young man that plays for my Milwaukee Bucks that goes by the name of Giannis Antetokounmpo. The 2-time MVP finds himself in another really, really good spot today against the struggling Sacramento Kings. Still no Drew Holiday. And what we've seen in the absence of Drew Holiday, man, like Giannis is needed. This team is not nearly as deep as it was in prior seasons. They're a little bit more top-heavy with their big 3. When you've upgraded, a nice upgrade from Bledsoe to Drew Holiday, you're more based around the stars. Well, when one of those stars isn't there, you need Giannis to rise and shine. He's been smashing more than Ron Jeremy lately. Look at those scores. Look at that game log. This is a high-potential game, and dude is going to be chalk. Lock him into your power forward position and move on from there. Next up, Matt's GPP play of the day is going to be Buddy Hield, a.k.a. Buddy Buckets of my Milwaukee Bucks opponent today. That is the Sacramento Kings, coming off another tough loss last night against the Chicago Bulls. Got to take the 90-minute trip north to Milwaukee today to take on my Bucks, who finally got off the snide with a W last time out against the lackluster Oklahoma City Thunder. For years on this show, I have talked about the Bucks' defensive inabilities to defend the three-point line. When the Bucks lose, it's because they give up a high percentage of three-pointers. They give up a lot of three-point attempts every day because the Mike Budenholzer coaching method is stash guys in the paint, make them beat you from the outside. We know this about Buddy Hield. It's been an up and down season for him, but if there's one thing he can do is get rolling from the outside. This can be a GPP pivot off the chalkier Darren Fox. Darren Fox is not playing well after losing. He had a minor injury and has not looked the same since then. Played 40 minutes last night, but because he's cheap, he's going to be chalky again today. This would be an intriguing GPP pivot for a guy who does something better at what Milwaukee is deficient at. I was a big fan of Bagley yesterday, put him in the write-up. I don't see in a million years how he's going to come anything close to replicating what he did yesterday, which gives Buddy Hield another opportunity to get points that maybe went to Marvin Bagley yesterday as well. All right, our mutual favorite play of the day is going to be Dennis Smith Jr. of the Detroit Pistons. So by now you guys know Derrick Rose is gone. He's in New York. Hayes hasn't been a thing for a while, and now DeLon Wright is out, which means that Dennis Smith Jr. is kind of thrusted into a position where he's almost stuck playing bigger minutes. Now, is Josh Jackson going to run some of those like de facto point guard minutes? Yeah, probably. It's kind of an intriguing GPP pivot, but Dennis Smith kind of sets up as like the free square of the day. Sometimes free squares don't work out. Look at Xavier Tillman yesterday. But a lot of you guys, me included, and probably a bunch of you dudes listening to this, you still won money with Xavier Tillman in your lineup yesterday because he was massive, massive chalk. Dennis Smith Jr. is going to be very popular because he is a point guard against a not great team in the Orlando Magic at 4,000. Also, Dennis Smith Jr. is not a scrub. He's had some issues. He had some moments for the Dallas Mavericks. They drafted Luka. He was out like the gout. Since then, has had struggled to catch on with the New York Knicks. Hence the reason, Coach Thibs traded him for his favorite player of all time, Derrick Rose. He does kind of set up to be the free square today. I would lock him into cash lineups, and quite honestly, if you just want to play him in all your GPPs, I completely understand this one as well. Is there a scenario where he doesn't play well? Sure. There's a scenario where all cheap guys fill in and don't play well. But I think the more likely bet is this guy rolls for 20-plus DK points today. He's not a scrub, right? Like, he struggled, but he was a top 10 pick for a reason. There is some game inside of this young man. All right, next up, let's talk about some pivots for the day. And I want to talk about RJ Baird of the New York Knicks and why I consider him more of a long shot. He's going to be a long shot by ownership. I can't imagine he gets a lot of love today. And this is a guy I would have loved the other day. So RJ Baird is one of the guys I've gotten lucky with all season. I've played him when he's been good. I've skipped him when he's been bad. We all have those guys. He's just that guy that's been lucky for me this year, which means I feel comfortable talking about him. Doesn't mean I'll be lucky or unlucky today, but I've been lucky with him this year. Minnesota, side note, is actually playing better defense over the last week and a half. So not that they're a bad matchup. They're still not a very good basketball team, and they're still a decent matchup, but they've been playing a little bit better. It's just noting that maybe that's a good thing for this game being competitive today. Knicks coming off a less than stellar game, but Baird's been very streaky this year. When his confidence is up, he's still playing very, very well. He's a plus rebounder for a guy his size. Averaging 16 points per game this year, he was just a little off for a couple of games. Well, he was good, or at least better the last two games. He's very affordable. This is a very cheap price tag for him. And he's still a big part of the plans for the New York Knicks. This guy's still going to see his minutes. It's not like they're playing Derrick Rose 38 minutes all of a sudden. This isn't 10 years ago. So I like RJ Baird a little bit more of a sleeper or a long shot today. Next up, let's go back to this Pistons teams for Matt's long shot, but quite frankly, these were both our long shots, so a little bit more of a teamed effort on this one. No DeLon Wright is just going to make Wayne Ellington's minutes on this team more likely to be moving in an upward trajectory. He had 5 assists last game. That's a lot for him. And even though Dennis Smith Jr. is going to play some point guard, it's not like Dennis Smith Jr. has been handed the keys of the castle and he's going to have this monster insane, Luka, Giannis, Harden type of role on this team. So Wayne Ellington should see the ball a little bit more. He had 5 assists last game. He didn't really shoot the ball that well from three-point, but that's where we know his game comes from. And even though I look at Wayne Ellington as more of a flyer in this one, I'm actually okay with him in cash games too. It allows you to spend down at the shooting guard position today. He's probably going to play at least 25 minutes by my guess. And if he gets hot from 3, there is real upside to be had here. It was only a couple of weeks ago when we were playing Wayne Ellington every single day, and he was absolutely smashing. He got cold, which, we've seen him have a tendency to do throughout his career. I haven't rostered him in a while, but I feel a lot better about rostering him today than I have in probably at least a week or two now. So I'm going to see a higher usage rate in this game because they don't have DeLon Wright, who was eating up a bunch of the usage for this team. So check out Wayne Ellington, shooting guard, 3,400. That is what we have for you today, guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the station if you're brand new to it, and grab yourself a monthly membership before the price raise so we can keep you in at those discounted prices. Have yourself a great Sunday, and I will talk to you guys again soon.